molten chocolate cinnamon pots. Now I want to get my butter and my chocolate down in my double boiler here so I can get started on the molten chocolate cinnamon cake, or pot of gold, I'm going to call it, because today it's all about the pots of golds. All right, got my flavor. My yummy. Now, the thing with the double boiler here is you want to make sure that it's not touching the water at the bottom. You want to have the water boiling or simmering, but do not have that bowl touch the bottom of the water because it'll go ahead and seize up your chocolate. And then another tip is if it's boiling, you don't want to have the condensation come over the edge because water and melting chocolate does not mix as well. All right, so a stick of butter down. I've got my semi-sweet morsels ready to go. Pour it in, about 10 ounces. I just went ahead and separated one egg just to get the one yolk from that one egg. But in here, I've got 4 complete eggs, whites and all. And to that, I'm gonna add a cup of sugar and get them working together with my little whisk attachment here. Wanna make sure that this triples in volume because this molten chocolate cake is gonna be souffle-like, and it's really key to start working some air into it now. So I'm gonna make sure this gets all nice and frothy, and then it becomes nice and smooth. What I want to do now is start buttering up my ramekins and coating them with some sugar so I can get them ready for the batter. Just putting the last sugar coating on my ramekin here, getting it ready for the molten chocolate cinnamon cake. My egg whites and my egg yolks, along with the sugar, has gone ahead and tripled in size. It's a perfect time now to add in the chocolate, but I gotta add the cinnamon to the chocolate first. And I've already gone ahead and hooked up my double boiler here perfectly so the water doesn't touch the bottom. Everything melts nice and smooth. And to that, I'm gonna add my cinnamon and some vanilla. You find cinnamon and chocolate together a lot in Mexican cooking. I love to get a hot chocolate with some cinnamon dusted over the top, so this is kind of the exact same flavor but in cake form, which I'm a-okay with that. A teaspoon of the vanilla and then a little pinch of salt. Makes everything sweeter. Don't ask me why, it just does. I think I know why. Your tongue likes balance, you know what I mean? Little parts of the tongue, they can handle salt and sweet. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this in. Now, what I really love about a molten chocolate cake is that it's silky, it's smooth, it's velvety. If you've ever had a flourless cake, that's what this is like. I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour, though. All right, so I'm gonna do a little in-part addition, halfway. There we go. Bring this baby up, get it on. Not too fast. Still wanna keep the eggs nice and volumized. When it starts to turn a light brown color, I'm gonna add the rest of this. Let me get my flour really quick. Then I'm gonna go ahead and sift in to the cake. Just 2 tablespoons is all you're gonna need, and that'll help bring everything together. Turn this up a bit. Oh, look at that. If you're one of the kids that loved to hang out in the kitchen when your mom was making chocolate cake, just so by chance she might let you lick that spoon, molten chocolate cake is for you. It just almost tastes like you didn't even cook it, but it's so yummy and just creamy. And if you're a chocolate lover, this is where it's at. I have a sweet tooth. My whole family does. I used to get chocolate-covered cherries from my mom for her birthday. You get all this chocolate. And I only got it because my dad told me to. This is when I was like 5, 6 years old, you know. You buy your mom the presents and you ask her to open it in front of you. And of course, because mine was edible, Mommy, please eat it in front of me. I didn't find out until I was much older that she hates chocolate-covered cherries, and my dad always had me do it as a joke. All right, so this is all mixed in. What I want to do now is add in some flour. So get my little attachment here off. Hopefully don't make too much of a mess. All right, now to this I want to add just 2 tablespoons of flour, but the way I want to add it is, this always wants to fight with me, is I want to just sift it in because we're into the light texture that I'm telling you about of a molten chocolate cake, and if you just kind of dump it in, it's hard to incorporate it completely. So I'm just going to sift it in over the top. It kind of breaks your flour down into individual little granules. If you can imagine, it's easier for them to accept all of the moisture around them when they're all separated. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fold this together. Nice, gentle fold. Look at that. Beautiful chocolatey color. Oh, I cannot wait to eat this. It should be mole day every day at home. Some chicken mole and a little chocolate molten cake for dessert. Now I've got 8 ramekins here, so this is great if you got some friends coming over. Good recipe for lots of people. And there we go. Everything's nice and folded in and ready to get into my ramekins. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill these up, get them in the oven. Look at this. Look at those beauties. Those are gonna be so yummy. I'm gonna choose my little molten chocolate cinnamon cake. Nice and gooey in the center. Really easy to make. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of powdered sugar over the top. This is almost like a flourless chocolate cake, just 2 tablespoons in, but what I'm going for is that semi-sweet chocolate. Look at that. So creamy. The hit of cinnamon just brings me right to south of the border.